This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
It's a new year.
And a new season.
24 Fandemonium isn't just a page.
It's a family.
A passionate group of positive Buffalo football fans
who embrace the character and fight of this team.
We strive to embody this passion
and present a fan-first perspective
without all the fluff. Enter the K-Gun Report.
Season 2.
The first season was exciting for 24/7 Buff Fandemonium.
Talking football, connecting with fans, and having quality conversation.
This season, we're stepping it up, and we want you all to come be a part of the conversation.
On March 9th, 2021,
the K-Gun Report
is back.
Let's go, Buffalo!
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 24/7 Buff Fandemonium presents the K-Gun Report, Season 2, Episode 34. 5. Hey, Buffalo Spartan, wrote my first note here, 35. Joining me tonight, we have Swank.
Yo!
Scott, Scooter.
Hey!
And very special guest, super fan, Buffalo Spartan.
Yo!
This is Spartan.
That sounds sweet.
There it is.
Nice.
Buffalo Spartan.
Welcome.
Let us know a little bit about Buffalo Spartan, and if you want to reveal your real name, let it go.
I don't care if people know who I am. My name is Dan Klein.
We're not going to take the
I am
mask
a Buffalo
off.
Bills super fan.
Hell yeah.
I'm also in the Army Reserves, been in for 27 years. I love my Buffalo Bills. I grew up in Niagara Falls, New York. I've been all around the world supporting the Bills, as far as Germany, Bosnia, all the way to California, North Carolina, when we finally made it to the playoffs in 2017. It's pretty much it. There's not much about me. I'm a humble person who just likes doing things for other people.
There you
I
go.
do want to talk about. Yep, go ahead.
Show us what you mean about doing stuff for other people.
Yep. So we have a project, a bunch of the super fans that are working on with the help of the brain child of this whole operation, Jamie Noble, who is known as Lady Bills. We have come up with an organization that we're going to start. It's called Shout for a Cause. It's basically a charity organization where we're going to raise money to give to Buffalo Bills players, charities. The first thing that we're working on, we're going to be giving back to the teacher's desk for ponchos packs. Obviously, we want to give back to somebody that meant a lot to the super fans. Give you a sneak preview. It's going to be a coloring book. This is the only photo that I will show. Me.
It's
I
me.
don't care if people see me. But we are going to do a coloring book. We will be taking pre-orders shortly. If you want to follow us on Facebook, Shout for a Cause Inc. is our Facebook page. Go ahead there, like we'll post all the information that we're going to do there, and all of the money that we make is going right back to charity. So,
hell yeah, man, that's awesome.
That's awesome. And then I'd like to just jump in real quick. I know you said something about cheering on the Bills and supporting the Bills all around the world. Part of the reason for that is Buffalo Spartan has been in the military for 27 years now in the Army.
27.
There you
Army
go.
Reserve,
So us here at 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, we support the military. So thank you for all you've done. Thank you for all that you're doing, and thank you, military, for all that you're going to do. We wouldn't be able to do this without everything that you guys do for us. Freedom isn't free, as you hear preached all the time, and there's so much truth behind that statement. And I just want to, as 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, want to thank you for your services, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, I thank you guys for your support.
Absolutely. Yo, we got I threw up the pictures earlier, but we got the chance to meet this fine gentleman. Well, I won't say gentleman. We got to meet this fine dude and chug a couple beers at the Texans game and hang out in the rain. So there's a couple photos there of all of us chilling out. I think Jarrod even got to put the helmet on for a while, and he was very excited about that.
It was exciting. It was exciting. Although I didn't get to chug a beer because I was driving you guys, it was still fun to meet. That was the first time actually I was ever in Hammers Lot, and Bills fans know about Hammers Lot, and it was everything. It lived up to expectation. It was sweet. We met your clan there. It was amazing. And I remember asking you a question when we were there. I was asking where were you going to sit, and you're not all about going into the games. You enjoy the atmosphere outside, and you have a tent set up, and you have just this huge party with a huge TV set up outside. And I was like, man, that's a pretty cool way to do things. Mm-hmm. Now, do you do that every game, or do you actually get inside every once in a while?
So, unfortunately, I'm currently not vaccinated, so I cannot go to the games. We actually gave a nickname for our tailgate. We call it the tailgate of the unclean. More of a joke, but we just go and tailgate. We like to party. We like to have a good time. We like to cheer on our Bills any way, shape, or form. And what better style than to do it than with our family? Mafia means family, and that's what we're there to support, is our family.
Yeah.
I want to remind everybody real quick that Jarrod said he didn't chug a beer with us. That was still 6 hours before he had to drive us home. So you'll see in the picture.
I drank till halftime.
He's wearing a skirt. It looks like he's wearing a skirt in the picture. He might be.
I drank till halftime because I stop at halftime so I can drive home.
Yeah, there you go.
True. Always drink responsibly. You still beat Swank.
Yeah, I conceded that. I when I posted about the show, I was like, champion chugger, I think, or chug champion.
You did.
I posted in there. So yeah, you know, the good thing about this little competition is that we can constantly have it.
Exactly.
And it's not one and done, is it?
No, never.
Not for me.
It'll be like the Miami Dolphins rivalry where there's like 900 games played total. You've got Swank 99-1. You know?
Wow, hey. You know I'm controlling like whether you can talk right now, right?
Yeah, mute him out. Mute him out. All right, so obviously we have a super fan here, but it's a little different because Mr. Buffalo Spartan is usually in the comment section, so we have one less tonight. We have a lot of people out here saying hey to you. We have the where is he? I just saw his name somewhere. The Buffalo Kid.
We got Bill's Kid.
Bill's
we got
Kid.
Lady
Yeah,
Bills.
he says,
Bill's
hey.
Kid. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Carson, how you doing?
Yeah, we got Lady Bills. We got Brent Thomason.
Jamie?
He's always big on you, man. You guys go back and forth all the time. Do you guys know each other? Or you just bust balls in the comments?
Yep. Hey, I didn't know you guys, and I still bust your balls.
Yeah,
so.
hell yeah. No, it's perfect. I was just curious, man, because it's just so natural, you know, between you and me and Brent. It's all...
Honestly, my wife doesn't like going anywhere because that's how it is everywhere I go. So.
Do you know him? I have no idea who that was. We're just busting each other's balls.
Yeah.
I try not, whenever I see an opposing team walking by, you know, someone wearing the apparel of opposing team, I try not to say stuff, but sometimes it just slips out, and then it's like, go Bills, man. So,
yo, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I got to hang with the 2020 fan of the year, Dan Flores.
Oh yeah.
At the Texas game, he was a cool guy.
Sweet.
You know, I told him, I said, look, hey man, I'll bust your chops before the game while having a beer. I'll bust your chops during the game, and after the game, I'll bust your chops and have a beer with you again.
I'm glad you said that, because being a super fan, you know, you have kind of a responsibility holder. You're representing Buffalo Bills fanhoods. Being a super fan, you can be your own super fan. You're right, man. I think we're all super fans as long as we're cheering on the Bills, but there's actually a big group of people who go out and dress up and do all this awesome stuff. But you guys have to carry an image with you, right? You can't be getting in fights and talking smack with other people. So super fans from each team have to respect a little bit of each other and have that camaraderie in the fact that you're rooting for a football team. But at the end of the day, we're all people. And we have to treat people with respect. So
it's an organized chaos. We'll call it that.
It is. Yes.
A controlled chaos, we shall say.
Yeah, right.
I see in the background there, Buffalo Spartan has this nice sticker already on his wall.
Except his isn't upside down.
We have the original.
And this one?
Yes, it was.
And we have, there you go, Bigfoot, Babyfoot Bass.
How do I get those? How much are they?
They're time. You just give us your time and message us. I want some stickers, and that's it. We'll send them out to you for free.
Sweet.
All right, guys. You want to talk about this bye week a little bit quick, and then we'll get into that Miami Dolphins game?
Hey.
What are you going to talk about for the bye week?
Fandemonium. Is there anything you want to talk about the bye week? Yes, it was a long week. I'm glad it's Tuesday, and we're getting into Miami's week now. I just want to throw something out there. Mr. Sal Pacio posted something on Twitter today that was pretty amazing to see. The Bills rankings. The offense is kind of middle of the road. You know, offense yards per game is 6th, rushing 7th, rushing per play is 14th, which is kind of a weird discrepancy. Points were 2nd, but the defense is yards per game is 1st, rushing yards per game is 8th, yards per play is 14th, passing 1st, passing per game and up play is 1st, and points is 1st, which amazes me because the Bills have been playing with the lead for a majority of the season, but they're still ranked. Usually teams refer to passing, but they're still ranked 1st in the league. I think
that's hard to do, is to be up all the time and still holding those passing yards, total yards down, because that's all the team's doing to try to catch up. And you know, we're seeing these games, we're watching them. We have the ball a lot. It's because that defense is pretty stout. And you know, it's not just Trey White, Poyer, and Hyde. You know, people wanted to see Levi's replacement come in this year, and he didn't. And he's holding his own. Yep. And he's part of the number 1 passing defense in the league. So, good job.
And how about, this is a huge testament to McDermott and Leslie Frazier, obviously, right? Like, preaching everything they preach every single week that they've preached for years, and having a really stout defense that believes in the game plan and believes in showing up and putting out, right? It's just crazy to me that anybody else would be surprised by these numbers, right? Like, it's not very shocking if you're a Bills fan, because you know. And the only reason that they dipped in any of those categories is because of last week.
One game.
You know, and a couple fluke plays and whatever. And I'm not a homer, but like, there's a whole lot of holding on that Henry run.
Bouts to be one.
You know, a lot of holding. It's like hold on
Jarrod,
loosely should have been playing in the stadium. No, go ahead.
Jarrod said something about a boring week. I think I found the one thing I hate more than having to wait all Sunday to watch a Sunday night game, or not watching any Sunday game, is not having any game at all. We have a 1 p.m. Sunday game coming back to us this week, and I am very excited for it.
It's the Halloween game, guys.
There it is.
Yeah.
Did you see what Levi Wallace was wearing for his Halloween costume, by the way?
Did I do that?
A little Steve Urkel action.
Oh, really?
All right, guys, awesome. A quick, what would you rather? Would you rather have a bye week come up with a loss before, or have a winning streak going into a bye week? I mean, you don't want, it's a weird question, but I'd rather have a loss.
I want to lose before the bye week.
But you know what I mean? I think it's, if you're high and going and you're winning, and then all of a sudden it has to stop for a bye, right? And then you're like, do we lose momentum? Or you have momentum, you lose that last game before a bye, then you're like, okay, maybe that was perfect timing for the bye. We lost, and now we have some time to loss. You learn a lot from a loss. You learn more from losing than winning. Is this the time we just gather?
we talked about this throughout the week. We've been chatting about this, about the bye week, and I said it earlier. We do better McDermott's game plan on that bye week. Last year was the Hail Murray. We came back on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't lose a game until the AFC Championship. This year, it's the same thing. We lost a game that we should have won. We should have had that game won, and we lost it. So I think that fire is going to be lit again in our guys, and we're going to see it Sunday when we go ahead and give them another shutout.
Big old goosey.
Big old goose eggs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think you can ever hope for a loss, right? Like I want them to win every game, every single week. I do think that they play better when they have a chip on their shoulder. And I think maybe with all this hype, it's been hard to like dredge up that locker room stuff to get that chip on there. But a lot of this team, I think, has been passed over, has been drafted late, has been screwed over by another team. You know, I think McDermott and Bean have a good selling point. Like, come be the best version of yourself in Buffalo, right? And win games now win games and go to the playoffs and go to the AFC Championship and beat contending teams. Like, the whole narrative of this city and this football team has changed 180 degrees in the last 4 years. So I think, you know, as much as like I want them to win every game, we got people in the comments going, "Oh, win everything," and then, you know, then there started to be Dakota, honestly, a loss. John would rather have a loss. Like, I understand that. Like, digging yourself out. I hate these 2 weeks. Like, I hate the way we lost that game. Not because of the fourth down call, just that we lost. And then I hate having to live it for 2 weeks until we get a 1 o'clock Sunday game where hopefully we just stomp the shit out of the Dolphins. But, you know, if it lights a fire and we go on that same kind of win streak we did last year after the Hail Murray, I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're keeping
I
the
had
fire
something.
going.
Yep. So you guys talked about like a trap game during the week where, you know, is this a trap game?
Yeah, I brought
game,
that up. I brought that up because I saw it everywhere. People are like, "Oh, I feel like this is a trap game coming up." Go ahead.
Well, the trap game was the Steelers.
Perfect.
We had all this hype going in, and we, you know, not we as fans, but, you know, the Buffalo Bills had this Super Bowl that they couldn't be stopped. And that was kind of like the slap in the face that we kind of needed, I think, because that humbled us again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's what this loss, the Titans did. It humbled us once again. So now we're going to come back hungrier than ever. So I don't think that this is a trap game like you were talking about. I think this is actually something that we needed in order for us to progress as a team.
Right, and
some would even say poor Miami Dolphins. I feel bad for those bastards now that they have to play the Bills after losing and having a bye week. We see for the last 3 years that this is how the Bills have responded. They've come back from losses with a vengeance and just putting the hammer down. They've come up with consecutive wins after those losses. A funny stat I saw earlier. Crap in the bed and they're rebuilding. Bills lost the Chiefs last year. Look what's happening to the Chiefs.
Apart.
I mean, and these teams are in the playoffs and doing well, and then they just fall apart. You got to give credit to Bean and McDermott and the high.
the table. They lose right off the bat. Pittsburgh Steelers are struggling now, right? And they're going to struggle throughout the whole year. We're going to always go back and say, how did we lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 1? That's something that you're going to remember throughout the whole season. So that's a good bad taste in your mouth right off the bat. I love it. I love that take. And then the fact that a loss before a bye, usually you have teams that want to come right back and prove themselves and get a win, right? The next week. You're giving the Bills 2 weeks to chew on that.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a recipe for disaster. You know what I mean?
Like
for
chew on it
other
like
teams.
Pete Carroll chewing his gum on the sidelines? Pulling the
Absolutely.
same damn plays for Geno Smith?
Hey, they gave him a
pass.
fight. They gave him a fight.
Sure did. Eric
Yeah,
Gordon's
it's-
on. He says, go Steelers. Hey, we'll give you that one.
We'll give you that one, Eric. We'll give you that one. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, it's a trap game. Another thing that I want to throw out there about trap games is the Bills lost 2 weeks ago. How is it a trap game? Usually trap games, to me, indicate that you're on a winning streak. Things are happening in a good way. And then you're coming up to a team that's kind of struggling, that's peaking every once in a while. And then they come out and win. The Bills lost last week. How is this a trap game? Or 2 weeks ago? How is this a trap game? Right? I don't know. It's a rivalry game, too. They're all trap games, right?
It's any given Sunday. Like Ken O'Daniel just brought up, the Titans lost to the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago.
And the Titans beat us, and they beat the Chiefs. So
Swank, what do you think about trap game?
What do I think
Talk
about
about trap game.
I don't know. I don't believe in them. I think it's
You're
it's it's like the Easter Bunny or the Loch Ness monster. You know. Sorry, Bills kid. Don't listen to that.
what are those? Don't worry, buddy.
But yeah, I mean, so some of these like buzzwordy things are invented so that guys that like get paid to talk about these kind of things have something to talk about, right? Like I think like trap game wise, like it's fun to speculate. That's like what 90% of all of this is. You know, you have 17 games now that you can actually look back on. You have some training camp stuff. You have whatever, OTAs, preseason. And you can physically look at things that actually happen. And the rest of the time, it's just like that douchey guy that likes the Chiefs there, Nick Dickface. You know what I mean?
Nick Wright?
Yeah. Where he just says things like whatever comes into his head that's going to get people enraged or whatever. And that's the extreme version. But I mean, like a lot of people, like I really think like trap games were invented so that people had something to talk about when there wasn't anything to talk about, you know, or when you have a team like the Bills who are kind of rolling, right? And you want to give a reason why maybe they could stumble, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question. Have the Chiefs had like 4 trap games in a row?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
You can't talk bad about the Chiefs.
no. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is a saint. I know.
Don't let Chris Collinsworth find out you're talking naughty about the Chiefs. That would be good.
a guy who's a total douche. Yeah.
Can I say this real quick, Jarrod, and Buffalo Spartan? Jarrod, when you just reached over,
No one
I'm
asked
sure
my
the fans
permission?
saw this. I'm sorry. Jarrod, you reached over to fill up your beer. Buffalo Spartan reached over and grabbed a beer. So it almost looked like you handed him a beer to drink.
Oh, perfect.
That'd be
You'll see it
great.
back in the replay.
Oh man, we're gonna have to work on that
Answer
one.
the question. Go ahead, Swank. What was it?
Dude. No, that was great. No, you can interrupt me for that.
We'll replay it. But yeah, I mean, no, were those last games all trap games? No, I just think people found out the Chiefs. You know, you give Mahomes a little bit of pressure. We saw him a couple weeks ago try one of those stupid no-look passes to a wide open guy, couldn't complete it. Your luck's going to run out with those stupid plays, man. Play the game as it's supposed to be played. You know, when no one's rushing you and you're having a lot of time to throw the ball, there's fundamentals. That's the reason why they call them fundamentals. They work. Go back. You need to go back to fundamentals. You'll find that you win more football games that way. Stop trying to be fancy. The Bills gave them the basic game plan. You play a man cover 2 deep. You take away Tyreek Hill, and you just have to. Kelsey's not 100%, but still, you know, teams will figure you out. Bills are good at figuring teams out.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens. So if teams can figure other teams out, then you have to change a little bit of something every year. You know, and just to throw this out there, one of the Bills things is they have a fullback on the roster this year. So you need to change things up a little bit to make people keep guessing.
All right. So I'm going to end the trap game stuff with, it's good to be in the consideration for trap games because that means your team's a winning team and a good team. Only winning and good teams are considered to be put in trap games. So good job, Buffalo. Also, one more question for both of you and the Fandemonium, or all three of you in the Fandemonium. We have kind of a schedule that's leaning in our advantage for the next 5 weeks. Does it concern you that the teams that we're playing aren't top tier? Buffalo Spartan, let's leave with you.
I don't think it's a concern. I just think as the weeks go, I think we're going to have to change our game plan to prep. But we can't look too far ahead because that's
dangerous.
The trap game, quote unquote. You look past your next opponent and don't play for that opponent that you're currently going against. That's where we're going to run into problems. But I think Bean and McDermott have that formula, that recipe. They have it down. We just have to, like you said, the fundamentals. We have to use the fundamentals and just take it across the finish line.
Mm-hmm. Spike, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's next team up, right? 1 week at a time, all that stuff that they all fluff us in the interviews with. But I think it's relevant. I think that's the way it should be. I think it's very important that we remind everyone that for 17, 20 years, however you want to gauge it, we had teams that would play down to their opponent even though they weren't going to the playoffs. We had teams that ran the ball somewhat successfully, unsuccessfully, passed the ball horribly for the most part. We had a good chunk of time where we're living right now wasn't happening. So don't get all wrapped up in we got to play for, Tampa Bay. Let's beat the Dolphins and let's beat their ass, and let's beat the Jets and let's beat their ass, and let's stack all these AFC wins because the 2 losses we have are to AFC opponents, and one of them is definitely going to be in contention for a playoff spot.
Absolutely.
And you want the home field advantage, so you got to beat those AFC teams.
Yeah, perfect.
Swank, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm someone that thinks playoffs is a totally different entity, and I think a lot of people understand that, right? You win the AFC East, okay, and it starts off with rivalry week against the Miami Dolphins this week. The easiest way into the playoffs is by beating your division, being the top of your division. So let's start there, okay? We saw what Washington did last year, just winning 7 games. We're going to win more than 7 games, but once you make the playoffs, I don't care if you have to play 4 games or 3 games. It's a whole different world. Just get there, because that's the hardest part. And then, let's start off 1 game at a time. It's against Miami this week, and then we can go on to the Jets the next week, right? We have a bunch of division rivals coming up here shortly, but I like that you said that because it brought me right into that. Win the division. That's the best way into the playoffs.
I think we have a great coach too. That great coach system. That's exactly what it is. 1 game at a time. 1 game at a time.
It's the Dolphins' wolf nickname now, Big Bad and Ugly. They're banged up. I don't believe in Tua at all. Spartan and I and Scooter were talking about that earlier. I really want this to be another shutout. I think that it would be a crazy feat if you not only shut out 3 teams in a season, but one of them you shut out twice. I think that would be amazing, and I can't think of anybody better aside from the Patriots that it could happen to. And we could still do it to the Patriots, so who knows? But I don't know. I just don't see it going their way. I don't know what they could possibly change. The Dolphins I'm speaking of, what they could change between the last time we played them and now that would make them any more of a competitor, any more of a threat. I know that their secondary's supposed to be somewhat scary. Their D-line's not. We weren't even in our stride when we shut them out the last time, and now we're putting up, ridiculous points, ridiculous yard. This could be your Stephon Diggs I'm here party. This could be, where Josh Allen and him just go off, and you have a 150-yard 2 TD game for Stephon Diggs, and I don't really see how that's out of the realm of possibility, to be honest.
So let me just throw this out there for you really quick, all three of you. The last time we played the Dolphins, we beat them 35-0. I had to recall this really quick because I didn't remember. Allen's numbers were 17 for 33 for 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's unlike Allen's numbers, right? Because Allen usually owns the Dolphins. Singletary had 82 rushing yards, and Diggs had 4 catches for 60 yards and 1 TD, right? So majority of the game, from looking at that, was kind of the run game. 13 rushes for 82 yards just from one guy. Zach Moss scored 2 touchdowns that game. Mm-hmm. To come out and play a team again for the second time in a year, you kind of have to have a different game plan. This is the NFL. You can't come out with the same stuff. Allen's going to come out on fire. He's going to have a different, coming off a bye. This might be that 500-yard game that we're looking for. What? Yeah.
Spartan. And stepping up to the plate, Jarrod Homer Reed.
He's got the bat. This guy is all props, man.
Dude, the carrot top of super fans, bro.
Look at that.
I knew that's what he was reaching for.
Yeah,
he showed us pictures earlier.
Awesome.
I was like, he's getting
awesome.
the bat.
That's so awesome.
That's good segue, man. Good one right there.
I love it. Buffalo Spartan, man. What's your thought about this Dolphins game coming up? It's awesome.
Like, I want Allen to just light it up. I'm thinking like 4 touchdowns. But I think my boy Moss is gonna still get a couple on the ground. So
sick.
Have a good mix. I don't think we're gonna go totally to the air. I'm gonna throw some of that ground game in. We do have 2 backs. I won't say that they're the best in the world, but the job that we need them to do.
Yeah.
And I think that together, ground and air, we're going to attack, and we're going to attack hard.
It might be easy to have that shutout if the run game's kind of established because you're going to control the game clock. So I love it. I just want to throw this out there too, quick. Fandemonium, share your memories of the Buffalo Bills Miami rivalry as you remember growing up or watching them through the years. Ellen Lartz, Bills versus Finns was my first game in the stadium in September 1980. Tore the goalpost off and passed them up to the Wilson's office. That must have been when Kelly snuck it in, right, and beat Miami after Miami went.
1980. Kelly wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Was he? That was Joe Ferguson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Ferg.
That's pretty sweet.
Kelly was what, 83?
Yeah.
I mean, those were big games back then because in all of 1970s, the Dolphins went 20-0 against us.
They ran house. Yeah.
We did not have a win in the 1970s. So this whole and we still have their number. Well, they have our number by I think 8 games, 61-53. Right, Jarrod? Did you have that down?
Yep.
So check your notes. I wrote down some notes.
I didn't say
looking at them.
We have an over/under with 3 times. I would say that I'm at 1.
Yes, that's correct, Scott.
That's correct. So I'm looking at Miami still has a decent secondary. Swank said something about it earlier. You have 2 cornerbacks, Byron and who's the other guy?
Howard.
Xavier Howard. Yep. Who, if you watch last week's game, he's allowed to actually get away with murder. I think he actually killed someone on the field and got away with it. He's hands-on. The guy's aggressive. He gets a lot of PI calls not called against him, and he's going to be covering Diggs. And I think, that defensive secondary is still pretty good. But like you said, Swank, their defensive line's not that great. And their linebacker core is not that great either. And they're riddled with injuries everywhere. So, Buffalo Spartan said Zach Moss may have a day. I agree. I think Jarrod throwing out the stats. Allen didn't have a game that would suggest that they won 35-0. And you don't need to change much for the game plan you had last time. Maybe, maybe not. I think one of the things the Bills need to do is come out on fire on defense like they did against the Miami Dolphins last time. They started off with sacks. They end up, you hate to see someone injured, but Tua got hurt and broke his ribs, and Brissett had to come in.
Tua got hurt with the cleanest hardest hit that we've seen this year on
that
a
was
quarterback.
Epinesa, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think in this, and I hate to have memories back 2 weeks ago, but I could not stand the fact the Bills did not have one sack against the most sacked quarterback in the NFL in Tannehill last 2 weeks ago. So I think this is a redemption game for the defensive line. Have no idea why Basham and Epinesa were benched. Not injury related. They were just, the Bills bring in rosters according to what they believe is going to work. So I think I think this is a redemption week, and you got the kind of quarterback that would make those defensive end sack numbers, pressure numbers go up. Hughes, Addison, Epinesa, Basham, Russo. Tua's a mobile quarterback. I think it's that time that the Bills kind of get pissed off for the numbers they put up 2 weeks ago and put the hammer down. But
Goosebumps twice.
Hey man,
They're
a
there.
shutout is definitely possible. A shutout's definitely possible. And I think I do think that the run game may pick it up a little bit. I know we always come back to the run game, but with how good the defensive backs are for Miami, I think you need to threaten the fact that you still have a run game that's effective, just like the first time you played. And then maybe you can go deep to Emmanuel Sanders, because I have him in fantasy.
Me too.
Yeah. I got Emmanuel Sanders scoring 2 touchdowns, 150 plus yards.
Are we doing bold predictions right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Combine them all.
I have a question, and I don't want to get too far off topic, and I don't want to talk about the Titans game or whatever. But it's pretty obvious that Frazier tried to go with the heavy package to try and slow down Derrick Henry. So I have a quick 2-part question for all 3 of you on the panel tonight. And the Fandemonium. If you're listening at home, please chime in.
Jelly Hatch is here.
Number 1, if you had it to do over again, would you go with that fast package and put Epinesa in and all that and just succeed that Henry's going to have the game he had? Okay. Would you do that? Or B, did that fail because of Henry? And would it work against a lesser back?
I'll go first, if you don't mind. Let me clear my.
You sure you don't want to hear everybody else's answer? And then...
No, I'm going to go first, just so I don't have to piggyback on anybody. I think the game plan that they had was okay. Like Scott mentioned last week, quickly into the game, I said this game just doesn't feel right. The ball bounced their way. The ball bounced up in the air. Julio Jones caught it. Things were just going their way. Before that long run, Henry, if you took that long run away, Henry only averaged 3.5 yards a carry. So I think their game plan was there. There was that one big play. If they could have kept things going, it would have been just fine. I think it's just the way the NFL is. Sometimes the ball just continues to bounce another certain way for the team, a certain team. And that was one of the games where things just happened to bounce their way. The game would have been ours, again, bouncing their way or slipping. If Allen didn't slip, be a different story. It was just a weird game that things just happened. I'm glad it happened all in one game. Maybe it's the end of it, but I would have kept the same plan. I would have kept that same, bash him. It's, who knows? If you had Epinesa and bash him in there, who knows?
And if you take 2 out of 5 red zone scores,
turn one into
that's a different game too.
That's what Paul Rossi
I know
was
we're saying
a
lot about Henry having a big game, but it was just that one run, and we did only score twice. I mean, that's not including not hitting the field goal. So it's a different game when you can only go 2 for 5 in the red zone, and hopefully the Bills bye week and this bitter taste in their mouth leaves them with a little bit of motivation in that red zone.
I think they should have kept it the same. The only thing I think that we could have probably did a little different, could have blitzed a little bit more.
Yeah.
The most sacked quarterback, and we didn't get a sack.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that they were going to run.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry on your team. There's 1, maybe 2 running backs in the league to rely on like Derrick Henry. We knew that they were going to run him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Plug the holes with a blitz.
Yep.
It might not have been the outcome we wanted, but one more hole might have been, the difference of him breaking the longer run or not. So.
Yep.
And Swank, I know coaches know a lot more than we do.
I don't think that's true. That's not true.
But from what I've seen, to
unless
answer
your
part
name
of
is
your
Dan
question,
Flores.
What'd you say?
what I do feel is I do believe that Basham and Epinesa are better defensive ends with pursue and play action. So that's where I think they kind of went wrong. You saw Russo a lot of times take the edge wide, which left the back cut back wide open, and that's what that's not good. And I think as far as F.A. Obata, I do think Epinesa is a little more controlled than he is, and I think they can play the play action a lot better, and that's what Tannehill and Tennessee do. They do play action because they have such a potent run offense. So I think that's just my personal feelings. I think you take F.A. and even Russo out possibly, put Epinesa and Basham, and I think you have a better run defense, and I also think you have a better RPO / play action defenders as far as filling in responsibility. I do. But you live and learn.
Yeah.
Atlantis Morissette, drink.
You live and you learn. So we answered this question last week, but I'm going to ask it really quick. I just want a short answer from both of you, yes or no. All three of you, yes or no. If
Maybe.
you were the coach at the end of the game, do you make that same call? That's
Yes.
the Allen or kick it. Swank, yes or no?
Yes.
Allen going for it or kick it?
Yes, Allen.
Allen.
17 years of
Spartan.
kicking it.
100%. Anything
Yeah.
I would have changed? Over the top.
Yep.
Air Allen.
Right, Allen. Yep. Scott?
Good call.
Yep, me too. So that's 4 out of 4. Joey Hatch, good question. I know a lot of people question that, after the fact. He slipped, but Allen hits that 85% of the time.
And for those of you that are saying, "Oh, you're just saying that because McDermott said 10 out of 10 and all that stuff," we talked about this, guys. We would have done the same thing.
Yep.
We have that faith in Allen. We know that play works 80% of the time, if not more. It's just he slipped, and I would have done the same thing. We would at least, if we somehow botched it 3 times in a row after that first down, then we would have kicked the field goal or gone for it. It's just one of those things that happen.
Has anybody ever seen The Replacements?
Yeah.
Gene Hackman said it best. When the game is on the line, the champion, the leader of the team, wants the ball.
Yep.
Allen wants the ball. And McDermott's going to give it to him because he knows that, 9 times out of 10, it's going to happen.
Allen's going to come out this week with 3-inch spikes.
And yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. And the fact that McDermott relied on Josh Allen, our quarterback, the guy who leads the offense, to make that play, and Josh Allen didn't, that's gonna have a fire under his ass for the rest of the season too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad it happened in week 6 because it's all is gonna build up when stuff has to start happening, like winning streaks and getting the playoffs and winning playoff games. You want the stuff to happen now. We're at 4-2. We're sitting pretty. There's a lot of teams at the top tier right now in the NFC and the AFC that are Cardinals are undefeated. You got 6-1 and 5-2. So you have teams that are doing well, but are they learning as they're winning? The Bills are making little mistakes here and there that are lighting fires under their ass because we got a bye week that we're going to see them progress with. And watch out. Watch out.
Watch the hell out, man.
Watch it.
We want to do some scores and some predictions here?
We can if you want. I just wanted to add one more thing too, if I can get my phone going. For the running game against the Miami Dolphins, they ran 30 times for 143 yards, which is five yards a carry. That was the last time they played him. So, and again, Allen only threw for 180. So we'll see what the game plan is going to be, which is going to be exciting.
You
guys want to do some pick'ems?
Yeah, man. Oh, I got to get my toilet bowl.
Pick 'em. So, Swank is still got that comfortable lead.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Okay, one more time. Swank still has a nice lead on us because we pretty much split games all week. So we're gonna do. I don't know what the toilet bowl game is for Swank yet, but
I'm looking right now.
What?
Oh no, I picked Atlanta. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
We didn't split team. We didn't split. I got a lead. That's nice.
All right, so we're gonna go with Buffalo Spartan. We're going to lead out with the Bengals at the Jets game. Fandemonium, let us know who you're taking.
Are we going to do our game, or are we waiting?
Waiting, I guess.
Yeah. Let's do that last.
Let's just do our game now. Let's do our game now.
Oh.
And what are we gonna do? A bold prediction and X Factors too while we're at it?
Yep.
Bold predictions, X Factors. Yep, that works.
All right.
Kind of jumping
But
in there.
am I leading?
Do it. You're the guest, bro.
Spartan,
Okay.
go ahead. What's your bold prediction? What's your scores?
It's
in the
gotta
X
be
Factor?
bold. It's gotta be
Yeah.
bold.
All right. The bold prediction's going to be, obviously, we're going to get the goose egg, but we're going to score 48 points.
48-0.
All
I
right.
like it.
The X Factor, I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Bills Jason. Gabe Davis, number 13.
Nice.
There you go.
2 T's.
He's been quiet.
He's due.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Dawson Knox being out, they say that Gabe Davis is due for a big game. So that
There you go.
should
Could
be interesting.
happen.
That's a
Could
good
happen.
call. That's a good call. Swank,
Yeah.
do it. Do it. He
Do it
picked me.
now. Do
No,
it
I wanted to
good.
do it before Scooter took my bold prediction. So, man, I'm going for the goose egg too, man. And I'm going for the 50 burger, man. I think we're going over 50. I think it's gonna be 51-0, and I think my bold prediction is that your boy Tommy Sweeney comes out of the smoke because Dawson's on the bench, and he's gonna score 2 TDs and over 50 yards.
I love it.
A catch over 50?
No, he's gonna have a cumulative.
Okay, over 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot for our tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, Sweeney's going to be one of those guys who just shows up. I just got a feeling. We got so much depth on that Buffalo Bills team. It's
Yo,
crazy.
if you have your 24/7 K-Gun bingo card at home, that is the most homer score I've ever done in my whole entire career here.
I was gonna
at
actually
the
just say,
K-Gun
Homer,
Report.
you're Homer. I'm calling you Homer. Swank, you're talking about Jarrod being a Homer.
Dope.
51-3. That was a Raiders playoff game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Ooh, look at that.
There's your
Sexy stuff.
boy.
There you
Tommy
go, buddy.
Sweeney, man. Buffalo Spartan. I've been on this guy for the last 2 years. I watched a little bit of his film. I'm a big draft guy. I like to do draft strategy and all that stuff, even though I'm wrong 90%, 99%. Tommy Sweeney was one of my favorite guys coming out of the draft. I think the Bills stole him from Boston College. Great blocker. He's a good size. He's got good hands. And we saw that 2 weeks ago. So I think it's his time to shine for Knox. I don't think he's going to knock him off his block, but I think the Bills are going to other defenses are going to be put on notice that if the Bills have to bring 2 tight ends to the table, you still have to defend that pass because those 2 guys can catch the ball.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm excited about him. I love that
Yeah,
guy.
and during the preseason, Knox said bring on the competition. So Knox sits out for 3 to 4 weeks, and Sweeney comes in and plays well.
Oh yeah.
He's happy about it. It's not going to push him off his rocker there. So, all right, Scott, what's yours? What's your score?
And as much as
Bold.
I'd like to jump on the train with you guys with that whole 0, that's really hard to do in the NFL, especially against a team twice in a row because, you know, they always say the team coming into the game that lost the first time has the advantage because they make the adjustments that they know what to make and the other team doesn't. I'm giving them 3 points. 35-3.
That's like leaving a waitress a penny
$1,
tip, man. Yeah.
18%
Quarter
tip?
cost
you
somebody
left
that
a
cares.
you left a 1.8% tip, you cheap bastard.
$1.
35-3. 35-3. And I said it earlier, Emmanuel Sanders is going to have a big game, 150 yards receiving, 2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown catches, I'm sorry. And my X factor, I mentioned it earlier, that those defensive ends need to get some
Sanders
sacks.
with 2 touchdowns is not an X factor?
No. Well,
No.
What was it?
The bold prediction is one thing, and X factor is the thing that needs to happen in the game, the difference maker. That's our defensive ends. Let's get some sacks. We were on a roll. We were sacking some quarterbacks. Our young guys were busy. I think it's time. You need to be pissed off, defensive ends. That Tannehill situation was not a good situation on your end, and it needs to change. You want to be one of the best defenses in the league, and you already are. Your defensive line needs to show up.
I got one for
Would you
this.
say 2 sacks, Scott? How many say?
I don't care how many. They just need to
All
get a
of them.
couple.
He wants
They
all
get
of them.
sacks.
All of them.
I got
They need to
something
get
for
home.
this. I got something for this. So this is you're saying you want a little salt and pepper.
Here comes the pepper.
Let's talk about sacks, baby.
Let's talk about you. Is that it?
Dude, it's so
You just wanted me
good.
to lead into it?
It's so good.
I don't know the words of that song. What are you talking about?
Hey, I can't carry a note in my pocket, so I didn't join in.
You wanted to. You wanted to. All right.
But I know I'm tone deaf. So.
Ellen Larch, I like her. I like her stuff here. Bills 28, Fins 10. X Factor will be the special teams. You know, McKenzie has a little fire in his ass after that last kick return got called back. So that's a good one. Josh Cook, 38 nothing.
He took
Bills.
one back against Miami last year, didn't he?
Yes.
A little Andre Roberts replacement.
Punt return.
Didn't
Yeah,
McKenzie
he
take
did.
one back
That
last
was in
year?
the
Punt
last game of the
return,
season, right?
There you go.
Scott, you and Josh Cook are on the same page. He has a shutout. He took that 3 points you gave to the Dolphins and put it on the Bills, 38 nothing. Tommy Sweeney, 2 touchdowns. Joey Hatch, 41. Buffalo, Miami 6. Bold prediction, 10 sacks by Russo. Hey, listen, Derek Thomas got 8 sacks against, I don't remember who it was, but
I know why you're
you can
laughing,
have-
Sway.
My boy Brant Thomas,
Mitch
man. He's the
Trubisky going for
funniest dude.
300 yards.
I love him
passing
so
in the
much.
second half.
Did he say that already?
Mitch throwing for 300 in the second half,
Who
dude.
said that?
Brent
Brent.
Thomason.
Oh, yeah, Brad.
And I don't know if you saw earlier Swank and Jarrod and Buffalo Spartan, but I think there's another Thomas and involved in this group now.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus. What are we
Was
up
this
to?
the
Like,
18th?
yeah, I was going to say
We have
17.
people watching. It's probably the 17th person right now.
Yeah, he's all of our,
anyways,
that's
hey,
all of
man,
our viewership, bro.
We love to have you.
Hell yeah,
you guys
man.
are joining the conversation. The conversation's going on like crazy down there. We love it. Bring them on as many as you want.
Joey Hatch had a typo. Not all 10 sacks will be Russo.
I smell sacks and candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
All
that?
right. Let me get it a little bit here.
In my
So-
chair.
Oh, wow. That was bad, Scott.
Nah, that's awesome, dude.
Good. All right. No,
Buffalo
actually,
Spartan
I'm gonna
took
get
off
Spartan
his
into
mic.
the
That was his
studio,
actual
dude.
voice.
We're going to do a whole album with him with the helmet on.
and the next thing you know, we're doing a calendar. Oh, Lordy.
Oh,
That's
boy.
3 song references tonight, which is
4.
perfect. 4. Okay. Keep it count. Keep it going.
Mhm.
All right. So I have the Buffalo Bills winning 42-10. I'd love that shutout, but I'm going to be pushing for it, obviously. But, you know, I think 10 is going to be just because they have a lot of new guys coming in. It's going to be one of those games. I think I saw 3 guys were going to be out for this week that are big names. So younger guys are going to fill in, and it's just going to be weird. So 42-10. Allen's going to have a fire in his ass. He's over 400 yards. X factor, the fact that the second half is going to bring more thunder than the first half because the coaches aren't going to give up on the first half 21-point lead. They're going to keep going and get to 42. Bam. Does that make sense? I hope it does.
No, it doesn't, because there's going to be a shutout. It's going to be 51-0. So,
Check your notes again.
What's that? What's that, Buffalo Spartan?
I said, check your notes again.
No, I'm not saying it. The over-under is 3. I'm at 1 right now.
Here, before we go for our other predictions, Buffalo Spartan brought up a little something earlier right off the beginning of the show. Tell us what the super fans are setting up real quick, if you could.
All right. I lost it. What a
He's got to lift up his mask.
you got to give him a heads up, man.
I can't see that. I can't see down below me. So, again, it's called Shout for a Cause. It is a new charity organization that the super fans are coming together with. We are basically going to raise some funds to help the players' organizations that they support. There's enough super fans that we can make a difference. So we want to be, Buffalo's known for, giving. The super fans want to be part of that. So we've come together. The first thing that we're working on right now is a coloring book that is in the works.
It's pretty cool.
Hey guys,
Copy of it,
what other way to brainwash your kids into coloring Buffalo Bills stuff to get them on that wagon?
No, Sparta.
Yeah.
Sparta.
I'm telling you what, as soon as this coloring book comes out, we're all buying copies, and we're going to have a contest on 24/7 Buff Fandemonium for the best coloring page.
Swank
gotta-
goes back to the 90s where he colors the outside really
Oh,
dark.
I do that
Yeah,
shit
man.
too.
And he lightly
I do that
shades in the
too.
inside.
Yeah,
There you
you
go.
do the dark, and then you.
Myself for tonight, but I couldn't find my crayon.
Jared, be quiet. You still can't stay in the line, so just be quiet. Jared.
Scooter's like that guy that just scribbles. What's
Yeah,
that?
don't even fill everything
It's
in.
grass.
Grass. I
have
made my own
There's a
grass.
sun and some birds in the background.
My drawing of myself. It's me in a snowstorm. Okay.
No, but that's an awesome idea. Like Buffalo Spartan said, they're not gonna donate to their own charities. They're helping out the players and their charities out. It's not one specific thing. It's gonna help out a whole bunch of a broad spectrum, which is awesome. Coloring books, there's a lot more that's gonna go into it. We'll learn more as it goes. But that's awesome. And who's the first one that you guys are gonna start helping out?
First one we're gonna do is the teacher's desk. Obviously for Poncho's Packs. We want to give back to one of our super fan family that is no longer with us. We want to do that for him. So if you guys want to check out, please go to our Facebook page, which is Shout for a Cause Inc. Go there, give us a like. We'll be posting new stuff as we're developing. We're only about 3.5 weeks into this, so we're still in the infancy, but we're trying to get the ball moving. As you see, we already have the stuff for the coloring book already started. So we got about 40 pages right now in the coloring book. So it's going to be big.
That's awesome.
So we're looking forward to getting it published and getting it out there.
In all 40 pages is that one picture, so you guys can be creative. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's all me. No.
Tell me.
That's all he could show us for now, which is pretty awesome. Keep us guessing. That's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
man.
So thank you for you guys, the super fans. We're all big fans, but you guys are doing awesome, and we love to see you at the games and see you at the tailgates, and you guys are a dedicated group, and we love it.
Yeah, definitely.
We love hanging with all y'all.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, when you get everything settled, like links and social media and all that stuff, please let us know, and we'll share the hell out of it.
We'll push it like crazy.
Definitely will. I will tell you this. So y'all may not know this about me. As an introvert, this kind of helps me talk to different people.
Right.
Keeping a mask on. I'm still an outgoing person without the mask.
Mhm.
But when I can be somebody else, it helps ease everything. Like a lot of people would be nervous doing their first podcast. This helps me get through that.
Yeah.
So this is my way of doing it. A lot of other super fans, they do it for different reasons. I myself, I do it for the joy of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing those kids' faces when they run up. I just did a wedding. I am an ordained minister.
Me too.
And I just did my first wedding on Friday, and
Nice.
this kid saw my helmet on the table. She wanted pictures. She didn't want me to marry her, but she wanted to take pictures with the Buffalo Spartan. So
That's awesome.
I had my helmet, and he was like just staring at this thing. And I walk up, I said, "Are you touching my helmet?" And that kid ran like crazy, like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." Put my helmet on. I tried. He didn't want to mess his hair up because he was at a wedding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we got pictures with him and everything. And, that's what, it's one of the reasons why I do this.
Yeah.
I was a fan before, but I wanted something to give back, the Bills Mafia family. So,
I mean, it's a crazy feeling when you start helping. It's something you may not have had before, but once you start doing stuff like this, it triggers a whole different kind of attachment to the Bills family, attachment to kids. Just recently we've had Butch Roll on for the Butch Roll Foundation Caring for Kids, and Andre Reed 83. And the fact that we're able to help out and help the kids out, it pulls on the strings a little different, and you become kind of addicted to it. And it's kind of something that you keep reaching for. And, that's, like I said earlier, that's awesome that you guys are doing something like this. And it's something that we're all about. So like Swank said, once everything gets going, man, we'll help you, man. We'll be a voice, we'll be ears, we'll be just spreading the word. Sometimes awareness is more important than the money coming in. The more people that are aware, the more the more that everything starts falling into place. So awesome. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man.
For sure.
Yeah, so the Bills Mafia is a strong force, so Buffalo Spartan, be ready for that.
Oh yeah.
Just don't kick into us into a
ready.
pit. This is Sparta.
Only Dolphins fans.
Start stabbing people.
You got the thing. No, but I must say, one of the things when Scott, Swank, and I went to the Bills game a couple of weeks ago, the one thing we wanted to do was hit up the Hammers lot to meet these guys. And I know you like the helmet and stuff, but he took that right off. Like Swank said earlier, I wore it for a minute. He was sharing everything and introducing us to more people. There it is. There's the face. But it's a big thing, and it's, I can't breathe through this thing. But it's a Fandemonium. It's fun, but they're real people, and it's they're there for a reason, and it's to help kids. Kids see you and they love it, and yeah, it's freaking awesome.
I gotta say, man, you've been like one of our biggest supporters, and this is the first time for all of us doing something like this, and it all just started in the back of a dive bar in the town that we grew up in, and bullshitting about the Bills, and luckily we met up and were able to do something and actually have some crazy, amazing lifetime experiences and meet cool people like you. And you've been one of those dudes that's been there for a long time, man. And I didn't realize that this was your first live stream podcast experience.
Yeah.
And that's pretty, it means a lot to me, man, to us. Like, that's awesome.
I ain't gonna lie, I've done Zoom calls with the Army where I've talked to like 2-star generals.
Yeah.
And I was more nervous coming onto this than I am talking to a 2-star general.
You would never know.
Swank and Jarrod, you don't know this, but
it's because I had a helmet on. You couldn't see it.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. I totally get that. I worked in a school setting for about 10 years, and seeing like that transition from like when we were kids coming up in school, and like how things have changed to where like now when I was in school you couldn't wear a hat in class or you couldn't do stuff like that. But I was one of those kids where like if I could have, it would have made me feel better about myself or more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of way. You know what I mean? I always felt super exposed, and I always wore a hat. So I was just that was something that messed with me. And then to see it like transition through the years to where like kids can wear sunglasses, kids can wear hoods, kids can do all this crazy shit. They can be on their phones and whatever. But to see people be able to be more comfortable, be themselves, and transition, it was crazy. So that hit a chord when you said that. So that's cool.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it was a big thing for me. Like I said, I couldn't order a pizza before I joined the Army. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
Oh
yeah. So not just this, being on my head or whatever, but just everything that I've been through has helped me break that shell. So for those out there, who have kids or whatever dealing with being an introvert and everything else like that, it's a growing phase. I got over it. With a little bit of help, they can get through it too. So, if they ever need to talk to somebody or whatever who was there, have them send me a message on Facebook. I'm always there to help out. So,
Yep. Hey,
awesome.
Sometimes a lot of things take patience, and when you find your niche like you have, you could break out of it. And there's no timetable. Things just happen when they're supposed to happen. And in your success story, and you did great on the show today.
Yeah, man.
And we love having you, man.
appreciate
And
that.
we'll definitely do it again.
What are you doing next week?
We actually have
we
Mark.
got Mark
week.
Maddox coming on.
We got Mark
I know
Maddox
Mark
coming on
Maddox
next
on
week.
Yeah.
it's like your hero, ain't it?
He's one of my guys. He's one of the linebackers I
there-
followed when I was younger. And like I said, he was the first guy to ever sign a hat for me. I always remember Mark Maddox. He was. I was about to swear. He is sweet. He's awesome. He's one of my guys. I'll always remember him. But you wearing that red helmet tonight, I know you have other ones, but that red one is like hits a chord because the 90s was my early years of being introduced to the Buffalo Bills. So I always go back to that 90s Buffalo Bills helmet, and it's awesome, that helmet. Sweet.
Yeah, I actually went retro. I'll show you something real quick. I actually have an actual well, it's the new version of the old helmet, and I did it exactly like it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
I can't even tell which one's the helmet.
Yeah, I actually went and
that's
did it
awesome.
exactly like it. So that way, I prefer the old red. So I hope they bring them back.
Next year, they're allowed to wear something other than the one single color white. So let's hope that they bring that back. And it'd be interesting to see what the new one looks like, because the old ones didn't have any metallic or any pearl on it. It was just a red helmet. So it's going to be interesting to see what the new one. Yeah.
They just got to figure out what they're going to do with that old Washington football team, because they don't have a retro helmet.
Yeah, the retro is their
retro
current.
week. What are we gonna do?
Actually, they do. They have the yellow with the spear, so they could use
Oh
that.
yeah,
that doesn't symbolize anything, but we'll stay away from that one. Hey, guys, you guys want to get some pick'ems really quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's pound it out. Let's go. I need to catch up.
I know. I feel like we need Swank to lead the whole way so we can go opposite.
Okay.
All right.
It didn't help. I did that last week.
Buffalo Spartan. Dan, we're gonna go with you first. Bengals versus the Jets. Who you picking for that one? At Jets, at New Jersey.
I know, but it's the Bengals. I'm not a Burrow fan, but he's got something that the Jets don't.
Yeah,
like a winning streak.
The quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
A football team.
Zach Wilson ain't their man.
No. Mark me down for the Bengals, Jarrod.
Fandemonium, who you got? Bengals, Scott. Bengals. Swank's probably going to go to Bengals because he wants to keep that comfortable
Well, I'm
lead.
going to tell you, man. I'm going with the Bengals. Look at your eyes, dude. Jarrod was so he was like, really?
He tried to play it.
Oh, I hope so.
Excuse me. No, Swank's got a nice 4-game lead, so we got to sneak up on him somehow.
Yo, also,
Is that it?
we need that's what I was saying. I think we need somebody else to tally those up, because Jarrod, I think, has just been adding one to his score
This
every
past
week.
week, everyone picked the Patriots.
Yep.
All right. And then the Atlanta versus Colts.
No.
Who did Atlanta play? Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
No.
Yeah, Miami,
All right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
You picked Atlanta.
Yep.
So you won.
Yep.
Scott and I picked Miami, so we lost.
Yeah.
And then San Francisco versus the Colts. You picked San Francisco. We picked the Colts. Wait, who won?
I don't know.
No, we're good. It was only 3 games, Swank. We're tied up now.
Yeah.
Nothing led.
Yeah,
Nothing led.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
lead.
Yeah.
We're good still.
I swear to God.
All right.
Spartan, if you go back in the weeks, it's
The
just
archives.
like Jarrod just bumps up one more extra game that nobody picked every week.
Joey Hatch, Bengals. Paul Rossi, Bengals. John Roche, Bengals. Alan Larch, Bengals. Anyone but the AFC East. Swank, guess who that is?
It's got to be my boy.
Brent Thomason.
Yeah, it's my boy.
I didn't give you a
He's
chance
so
to guess.
funny, dude. God,
Got Pete.
he's been killing me. He was saying to Spartan that he was nervous when he called in at the Rager too, and like his whole family was like, "You nervous?" You shut up, bro.
Shut up.
And then he
All
said,
right, Patriots at Chargers. Swank, you're going to lead the way with this one.
well, you know what, man? I don't know if anybody else saw this tweet that I did in a response to a Mac Jones post, but Patriots fans currently right now, after 8 games or whatever, 7 games, are comparing Mac Jones' development to the development of Josh Allen. And I lost my fucking mind because, like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, the same dude that, and I'm not saying all Patriots fans, but I'm saying most Patriots fans were talking about what a piece of junk and trash that Josh Allen was. And now you're trying to take your piece of junk, trash quarterback and compare it to 4 years of development and an AFC championship and an MVP runner-up and blah, 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 blah. You're trying to compare 4 years of that to 7 games and a losing record. And it's just like blows my mind, man. It blows my mind because it's not fair to Mac Jones. Also, I don't think Mac Jones is anything. But that aside, it's not fair to him. He hasn't played enough games. And it's not fair it's not fair that a whole fan base can just like decide when they want to think somebody's good. Like, so you never admitted that Josh Allen was a good quarterback, but now that your quarterback is starting to develop, you're like, maybe he's like Josh Allen. Actually, he's exactly like Josh Allen. You know, oh God, it drives me nuts. And all that goes to say the Chargers just wiped the floor with the Patriots and wake their ass up because they had this easy-ass game this last week. Want to put up 50 points on a no-name team. Get out of here.
Spartan.
I'm a Herbert fan. I'm gonna go Chargers.
He's got.
He's
going
on my
Chargers
fantasy.
too.
He's on my
Herbert.
fantasy.
Chargers
So,
too.
all right.
He's
So
my quarterback.
Can I throw this out real quick? I just
Throw
want
it
to throw
out.
this out because I mentioned to it yesterday, Jarrod, and I kind of want people to understand what's going on. It's not Bills related, but it's something that really annoys me, and it shows you where the media has always been and will be forever. Do you know the Buccaneers, with their record, the teams that they beat's combined record is 8-23.
Wow.
So all this hype that they're getting, all these yards that Brady's going against, they're not playing anybody.
Yeah.
Patriots, Jets, Falcons.
So we're on week 7.
I'm
And
just
it's
tired
8
of
and
it.
23. So one team has 2 wins.
Week 8.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Week 8.
And the next opponent that they play with a winning record
Buffalo.
is the Buffalo Bills. Man.
That's-
Anyways,
That's a couple weeks away.
Chargers over the Patriots. I just want to throw that out there because I saw this stat and I'm seeing how much hype they're all getting. I was like, they beat the Cowboys week 1, and you know the refs and the NFL is not going to let them lose to them on the first week.
Mhm.
They lost to the Rams, who the Rams are good, but then they beat up on all these other guys. And yeah, he's breaking records, yeah. But oh my gosh, look who they're playing.
Yo, also that kid got hosed for giving that ball back. Did you see the trade? Like you saw that whole story where Mike Evans.
He's getting a
handed him-
couple jerseys, season tickets for the next 2 years.
So
oh, is he getting
I read
season
it.
tickets? I didn't see that.
This is what he's getting. Final tally. He's getting 2 jerseys from Brady, which are probably home and away, and a helmet signed. He's getting a helmet and a jersey from Evans signed. He's getting Bitcoin from Brady because Brady has connections with Bitcoin. And then he's getting season tickets for the rest of the year and 2022. So
And $1,000 spending.
Yeah,
At
the
the
gift card
at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers store. So he
And an
wins.
open mouth kiss from Giselle.
No. I would take that. More,
No, that's from
more
Brady.
likely it's from Brady. Absolutely.
Yes, I knew. I
You set him up and knock him down.
Did you see what that guy evaluated what that ball's worth right now?
I can't
750,000.
$500,000.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, so he lost out.
I ain't gonna lie though. So a signed Brady helmet, depending on if it's a speed or a flex, if it's a speed, it's like $2,300 right now.
Wow.
Brady's signature is insane on the market right now.
Yeah.
God, I would take all that.
As you can see, I collect helmets.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, me
Buffalo Spartan.
too, man. I just started my collection actually.
You gotta watch this, Mr. Sackman.
Bruce Smith. That's a nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that Scott spent the night with for 5
The
weeks.
closeout tonight, Buffalo Spartan. We'll wait for it. We'll have you do a quick circulation of your man cave, which is going to make most people jealous. Not yet.
It's
Not yet.
not
You
that-
sit down. Not
oh,
yet. Not yet. All right. Paul Rossi, Chargers. Joey Hatch, Chargers. John Ross, Chargers. Brady. Okay, we'll skip the Brady stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry
All
I
right.
brought it up.
I know. We'll get you going quick here soon. Buffalo Spartan with your man cave. That's pretty much everyone's.
It's
dream.
beautiful.
All right,
It's
Swank.
not that bad.
What's the toilet bowl?
Oh man. So this week is going to be way better than
Nobody
last
knows
week.
it yet. By the way,
What's that?
your toilet bowl. So we're waiting for it still.
Yeah, I know. What?
I'm letting the Fandemonium know.
Oh.
No one knows, so we don't have any notes to
Okay.
go on. And
I was like, yeah, I know. That's what I was just about to tell you.
So while Swank's thinking about it, Jarrod, you like how this all plays out? You know, Swank's up 4 games. There's been 7 weeks in the NFL. He's had time to prepare for the toilet bowl picks, where we know right when he tells us. I mean, so he's been able to.
I
research
just
a
pick
little
them
bit.
right when I tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He said at the beginning.
what I was saying is that like this week of games is going to be way more interesting than last week because there was like what was the average margin to win like 27 points or 21 points or something stupid.
Yeah, blowouts like you wouldn't believe.
So here's some runner-ups. I'd really love to pick the Monday night game, which is the 2-5 Giants at the 3-4 Chiefs.
Oh, that's a good one.
It would be really awesome. It just feels good to say. And then what was the other one? The Niners at the Bears.
The Giants have the defense to play against
the
those
Niners
Chiefs.
Bears.
Yeah. And then this Thursday night game is going to be good, by the way. This is not the toilet bowl, but the Packers at the Cardinals. Hopefully the Packers knock the Cardinals
I'm
down.
looking for the Packers.
But I
think
think
that Monday night game, that's a pretty good one.
all right, well,
Giants
so
versus
this
Chiefs.
is if you're going by a record, there's one that's lower than that, and that's Jags at Seahawks. It's a 4:00 game on Sunday. Jags are 1-5. Seahawks are 2-5.
Have we done a Seahawks game already though?
No, we've definitely done a
game.
Jags game, but we haven't done a
Yeah.
Seahawks game. If you guys want to make it fun and do the Giants and the Chiefs, I'll do that. You want to do that one?
Giants Chiefs.
Yeah.
Giants Chiefs.
All right, let's do it.
Swank, lead the way.
No, you guys lead the way. You wanted it.
Billy Gallagher, I'm giving you this win against the Chiefs. Like I said, I think their defensive line.
Ooh,
I think the Giants have a defensive line that can handle
I
that.
know where Uncle Swank's going.
And the Chiefs' defense is not good. And if Daniel Jones keeps doing those one-handed / Tyrell / Odell Beckham catches, I think they'll be in trouble. The Chiefs will be in trouble.
Scott, I wrote you down. Your Giants.
I honestly think the Giants have a team that can beat the Chiefs because I don't think the Chiefs are. I think the Chiefs are understood, and I think as long as you have a good defensive line and an offense that can put points on the board, I think you're okay. Go Giants.
Spartan.
So I have a guy at work that's a Giants fan, and I feel bad for him every Monday when I come to work. So I will have to say I want the Giants to win, so at least Grafton can be happy for one day.
There you go.
There you go.
Swank, Chiefs with me?
Dude, the Giants offense, like all those great theories that you had, Scooter, like they're great.
I'm
but,
trying to gain on you, man.
dude, well, I get it. And I'm really tempted to just pick the Giants, so you can't. But
$1.
But $1.
But I will. I got the Chiefs.
You said Giants, dude. Mark it down. No.
Chiefs, me.
Yeah, the Giants don't have the offense to hang, regardless. I don't think, and they don't have the defense. I don't think really to match Mahomes. But is Mahomes playing this week?
No.
Chad Henne.
Don't listen to me.
Oof.
Steve DeBerg. Steve DeBerg's a quarterback coming out.
Ugh.
Joe Namath.
Yeah, Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs.
All right, so Bengals and Jets, we all sweep it with Bengals. Patriots and Chargers, we all sweep with Chargers. Toilet Bowl, Giants, Chiefs. Scott is the only one that goes with the Giants. The rest of us, no, actually.
Spartan.
Got 2 and 2.
And then
Swank and
Jarrod-
Jerry go with the Chiefs.
And you picked the Dolphins, right, Jarrod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dolphins for that one. All right. We like to end the night with a closing thought or thoughts, whatever you want. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you pick up that one. Personal message us. We'll send these out to you for free. There you go. Scott's gonna. Oh, moon haze, blue moon. All right, guys. Scott, closing thoughts. Lead us out.
Sunday, 1:00 football game. We're back. It's been a month. Can't wait for it. Sunday rituals are coming back. We can watch the game wherever we watch the game in the comfort of our own home for most of us with cheaper beer than what you would buy at the stadium. My final thought is I definitely want to thank Buffalo Spartan coming on. Didn't realize it was a big step for you, which, we're all about the support. And we met you a couple weeks ago. We loved the interactions we had with you. We loved hanging out with you. And tonight was special as well. You'll be on the show for sure. We'd love to have you. But they're doing something over there with the super fans. 24/7 is doing something special too, as far as trying to help out organizations, foundations, and charity. It's something we just started not too long ago. And I think we found something that actually hits the heartstrings a little bit, and we love actually doing it. And so, the Mafia is huge. It's family. And let's celebrate these wins, celebrate the losses as a family. We got each other's backs. Let's just keep going at it. Let's come out of the bye week. Let's hammer some wins out like the Bills did last year. Let's make a run of the playoffs, and let's just cheer loud for everyone to hear because we're a special group, and I believe it. I know you guys all believe it, and go Bills.
Spartan.
Again, Halloween game is going to be epic. Looking for a shutout. Please go to Shout for a Cause Inc. on Facebook. Give us a like. You also like my page, Buffalo Spartan, or send me a friend request. I have both. I'm also on Insta, but I don't ever go on there because I don't know how to use it. I'm an old guy. I'm not going to lie. But I appreciate you guys having me tonight. It's been a blast, just like, the Texans game when we all met up.
Hell yeah.
Had a blast then. Look forward to many more games together. And looking forward to whooping on Swank one more time, at least, if not 100 more.
100 more, I'm in that.
Just saying. We can even go in a row. I don't care.
Oh, Jesus.
Here's the thing. I want to just throw this out there really quick. If you want to just go feel the atmosphere of a Buffalo Bills game and not buy a ticket, go park for $25 and go down to Hammer's Lot. Find Spartan.
Look
across the street from Hammer's Lot. It's the Thunder.
Look for Buffalo Fans Thunder across from Hammer's Lot. That's where we go. We're there with Charlie and the people from Buffalo Fan Thunder. He sets up a tent. We have a couple TVs out there. This weekend, Bill's Jason will be smoking some peanut butter and jelly chicken wings.
Oh.
I know it sounds a little weird, but it's amazing.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah, they're delicious. So he's going to be doing that. He forgot the peanut butter and jelly last home game, so we didn't have those. But we're looking to have a blast, so come join us. If you guys are cruising down Abbott, stop by, say hi. We're right by the Bills, Zuba's Believe bus. So just look for that in the big Buffalo Fan Thunder tent, and you can't miss us. We're right there. We're usually in Abbott Road getting flipped off by the Texans because it happened to me. I got flipped off by one of their players. I was flipping him off, so I didn't have my helmet on.
I started it.
It was during the middle of the game. It was Watson. He wasn't playing, so he was out there just flipping people off.
That was when they were driving the buses by. They drive the buses by us, so it was a cool story. So
yeah.
Somebody was like, one of the players just flipped somebody off. I was like, oh, it's probably me. I was flipping them off.
I started it.
It was in retaliation. That happens.
Yeah. I start a lot of shit, apparently.
That's awesome.
Respectfully, though.
Again, like I said, just if you don't want to go to the game and you want to have a good time, just go to Hammer's Lot and go across the street, and you're going to be surrounded by crazy Bills fans that just mean, all good. They're all pushing good stuff. Swank, where can you find us? What's your closing thoughts?
This has been a great night. Man, thanks so much, Spartan, for coming and hanging out with us. I love where our show is heading, and that's not like me being like, our show. It's just like, I don't know, man. Just like good people, good dudes, hanging out, talking about stuff that you don't hear everywhere else, And that's really what we envisioned when we started this whole thing. So thank you for coming and hanging out, man, and thank you guys for being a part of the conversation in the comments and keeping that going and being as funny and supportive and ball busty and everything else that you are. It makes all this worthwhile, and we appreciate you.
Talking to you, Brent.
Yeah, Brent.
You better get that on. So as we're closing, you gotta say, "This is Spartan."
Why do you think I grabbed it?
Oh yeah. All right. Step ahead. That's the way you gotta be.
Yo, so if you want to join us and be part of this conversation, you can do so every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. until about 9 p.m.-ish. These last couple have gone about 9:30-ish. For 24/7 Buff Fandemoniums, the K-Gun Report, you can meet us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. You can also hit us up on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for the audio version. Have a good time, and hey, man, get stickers and Be cool, dudes. Just be cool. Go Bills.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Let's talk
We got
about
Buffalo
sacks,
Spartan.
baby.
Lift up that camera and show everybody your man cave, and they'll close you out in a second here. While you're showing the man cave, I just want to thank all the Fandemonium for participating tonight. Always, you're here. It's awesome. Our Buffalo Bills are going to take on the 1-6 Miami Dolphins at Buffalo Sunday, 1:00. Take a look at this guy's man cave really quick. This is something sweet. He's got some helmets. It's lovely. Look at that. His pride and joy is a Josh Allen chrome helmet. Don't know if he'll show you that, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
The black and white pictures in the back.
Yeah, Freddie Jackson, my guy, my favorite football player. So, again, Fandemonium, thank you. Look at that chrome. Circle the wagons, Josh Allen. Delicious.
Hey, fans, if you want helmets and jerseys, hit up Buffalo Autographs Facebook page and www.buffaloautographs.com. They got deals you can't beat anywhere else. And then Ryan Hickman over there definitely will hook you up with jerseys and helmets if you want them. So sweet stuff like Mr. Buffalo Spartan's got, you can get from over there.
Hell yeah.
There you go. All right. Again, we'll see you next Tuesday, 8:00. We'll talk about the Buffalo Bills Miami game, and then the week coming up after that. Hopefully we're there at 5-2 with a demanding lead in the AFC East. But until then, stay safe. Cheer on those Buffalo Bills, one game at a time. Enjoy the ride. Buffalo Spartan, thanks for joining us. Close us out.
This is Sparta.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
This is a dangerous group.